Have you never ever been able to chip before? I know your pain. So many people come to me for lessons going, you know what, Alex, I've just never got chipping. So I always explain this to them. There's two different releases for two different shots. This is what I want you to do around the green. We've got more of our finesse, which would be feeling as though we've got a little bit more release, and we've got more of our sort of punch and driven shot, both valuable around the greens, both so important to understand. Let's get into the first one, the little punch shot. Now let's firstly look through that more punch style follow through. I've got the 4 wedges that I carry. I've got my 48, which serves as my pitching wedge, my 50, my 54 and my 58. This sort of block follow through is a technique that I want you to try with all your clubs, but more so with your lower lofted wedges. So like in scenarios like this, if you have a look down the line now, you can see that I'm going to play a couple of shots now to the right hand side flag and that flag on the left. This is going to be a shot where we feel like we get it running a little bit more and create less spin. So let's show you this technique. Let's jump to the face-on perspective. So let's talk through this release. We're going to feel as though we make slightly different moves in each of these. Now what I want you to feel like this release is like, it's very much like you're hitting a backhand with the back of your glove with this left hand. Like I said before, it's going to be more of a running shot, less of a release shot, more in these scenarios when we've got a big distance and difference between where the fringe is and where your flag is, not for those sort of short-sided areas. So what I want you to do is, ball goes towards the back half of your stance, hands go a little bit ahead of the ball, and just create some, really feeling like we're accelerating through follow-throughs. Really getting that feeling of pronounced logo of my glove pointing to target. You can really see now, if we overlay a little bit of a slow-mo here, how those hands are ahead and driving this club through the ball. So let's hit these two away. So really feeling the ball towards the back of our stance. We're going to play one to the back left here, really back through and get this concept, because this is how we're going to create a strike. I think a lot of you who have been in the scenario of scooping and those fats, this is a fantastic place to start. Let's play these two. So ball towards the back, and I want you to hit the shot away and really pose that follow through as I've done there. That ball will just go roll, roll and roll all the way out to that flag. Really feel we got some speed. The reason why I think this is a great place for us to start, if you are a golfer who has struggled with accelerating into the golf ball, then this is the one for you. So another analogy, still on this sort of punch style shot to start with, is imagine we've got sort of a punch bag at this height. We want to fire into it. Now, obviously, this is not going to be as much as if you were with a 7-iron. This is going to reflect what speed you actually want to put into the shot. But what I want you to get into your head is, it's making this motion in the chip. Okay, so this is our more running style, weight left, more released and running shot up towards the flag. Now, as I said, it's valuable to understand these two releases. That is our first one. Keep it nice and simple. Ball towards the back of our stance, hands forward, and logo punches this club to target. This is going to be fantastic for creating that strike. Yes, it's not going to have a lot of spin. It's going to have a more rollout effect, but it's going to help you get that strike. Let's move on to the second scenario. This more of a finesse release, which is what I go to 90% of the time. Let's now move on to our second release, and this is a more of our finesse one. So let's summarise the first one there. It's going to feel very much like we're hitting more down on the ball, going to create probably some steeper divots and a lot more of a rollout shot. And as you can see, very, very valuable for there. Let's now move on to our finesse shot. So I tend to play these more with my higher lofted wedges, so my 54 and my 58, but of course you can use these with all your wedges. This is just what I prefer and I know is better for my game. So if you come to the face-on perspective here, we're now going to talk through what we feel is our finesse release compared to our driven release. So let's just remind ourselves, and don't forget, if you're watching this video and you want a little bit more information on this, you can save it, take this video to the range, and there's also a PDF document that you can download by simply joining the Facebook group down below. There's the PDF for this video, but for all the videos previously up on the channel. So feeling as though our first one was glove to target. Very much this style release, that sort of punched follow through. Now I want you to get it in your glove hand again and create this one. So you're going to see here a little bit of a close-up how my lead wrist has a little bit of softness to it and a little bit of cupping on it. Now what I want you to feel is it's a little bit of a small version of a bunker shot where we're keeping the loft pointing back at us. So you're going to see a shot over my shoulder now, as opposed to driving it through. This is going to create a more higher spin shot. It's going to create a shallower divot on the ball and a bit of a higher, softer trajectory. So one that lands a little bit like a butterfly with sore feet. Again, I want you to keep the ball position towards the back of your stance, the weight a little bit on your left hand side, but we're going to try and feel we create this release as opposed to this release. Really, this is so key to becoming a very, very good short game player. Understanding these two concepts. Think about it this way. I know a lot of us have been in this situation. You've been stuck between what shot do I play? What technique do I use? I don't know what to do. I don't actually hit a shot. I've hit it, I've panicked, I'm worried, it's gone. This is going to give you clarity over both shots. So on the golf course, bit of a practice swing, soften, soften. You can see the slow-mo there as well. Getting that feeling, now you can execute the shot. Come round to down the line perspective and we're going to hit these away. You'll also notice, guys, I apologise, the out of bounds posts are out. The legs are out for the first time this summer and hopefully for the rest of the year, until obviously the weather goes bad. So to this short flag, this is a prime scenario whereas I play this shot, really feeling as though I'm keeping a bit of cupping in that left wrist, ball back, weight left, a little bit of a softer landing shot. That was my 58. Let's now play the same with a 54, if I can find it right here, and just show you how the same release will produce a slightly different shot. So this is the same release again. So really feeling softened with the release. Oh, I just hit it a bit hard. But you can see how it bounced, a little bit of check, a lot more spin. So important that you understand how to use those differences. So let's summarise this. Come over this way with me. I hope you, by the way guys, I hope you've really enjoyed this video. We've got that first release this way. We've got that finesse release this way. And even if you're watching at home now, just get that feeling of how you feel the difference between the finesse and how you feel that difference between the driven. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I really do hope you enjoyed it. Hopefully it's helping you improve your golf. And of course, I really appreciate this, guys. We're getting so close to 100,000. Personally, I want to thank you watching it right now. But if you could share this video with 2 or 3 other golf mates, I would really appreciate it. Thanks so much for watching.